Are you a vegan who's not eating enough vegetables throughout the day? Well, then this video is for you. 95% of Americans do not get enough fiber. That statistic is crazy, actually, when you say it out loud. 95%. Now, vegans get among the highest fiber intake in the entire country. However, I have met in my day many a vegan who is actually not eating a whole lot of servings of vegetables throughout the day. So today I am going to show you 3 ways that you can very easily doctor up some veggies to make them delicious in under 5 minutes without turning on your stove at all. Now, I've already made these and I'm looking at them and I'm like, you know, they don't look like much. That's true. These poor misunderstood vegetables don't look like much when they're put together. But the sauces, dips, dressings, etc. that I made for these are so flavorful and zippy that it makes you want to eat more vegetables. And I feel like that's really the secret. Nobody needs to be eating plain, steamed, unsalted vegetables. Let's make them taste good, and then you will eat more of them. If you want these recipes, I will leave the link to download them down below. If you would like to get on the waiting list for Muscles by Brussels, I'll leave the link for that down below. And if you are a vegan who's looking to build muscle, burn fat, learn new ways to cook high protein foods, or in this case, vegetables, be sure to hit subscribe because we put out new videos every single week with recipes, meal plans, tips, tricks, and educational videos. All right, let's get into it. This is one of my all-time favorites. This is a broccoli coleslaw with a homemade dressing. It's very lightly dressed, but the secret ingredient is, it's this bagged broccoli coleslaw. Now you can use regular coleslaw that's mainly cabbage, but this one is primarily broccoli, carrots, and red cabbage. And it's great because you get in a lot of broccoli this way. And this dressing, even though it's very lightly dressed, and even though I use a little bit of vegan mayo, it is a little bit, and it just, whew, it is so flavorful. I dare you to not love this. So this one comes in, I made a lot of it, made 4 servings. Each serving is 83 calories, 9.4 grams of carbohydrates, of which 2 are fiber, 3.9 grams of fat, and 2.3 grams of protein. All right, we are gonna be making the single serving cucumber salad that has an Asian flair to it with sesame, soy sauce, rice vinegar, sesame seeds. It's very, very delicious. And if you're a person who doesn't love vegetables innately, yes, there are vegans that just don't love vegetables, I feel like this is a really good starting place because cucumbers themselves are pretty mild and it's a good way to introduce yourself into eating more vegetables throughout the day. This single serving cucumber salad comes in at 136 calories, 14 grams of carbohydrates, of which 2 grams are fiber, 8.2 grams of fat, and 2.3 grams of protein. And this is awesome for a super hot day, very cooling, very hydrating. We love it. And then this last one is very near and dear to my heart. This guy right here. This is a miso tahini kale salad. This one is near and dear to my heart because when 𝐬𝐮𝐿 and I met, I don't know if you guys know this, but 𝐬𝐮𝐿 was a 100% raw food vegan when we met. I was not, but he was. And this was something that he would make for me all the time. It's miso, tahini, garlic, lemon, and a bunch of kale. And I ate more kale in that first year that we were dating than ever. Now I have renamed it lovingly my Dear God, Please Don't Let Me Get Sick salad. And I have it a lot during like flu season because I'm maybe superstitious, but it makes me feel like I'm not gonna get sick. And this makes huge servings here. Half a head of kale per serving, and each serving comes in at 164 calories, 13.7 grams of carbs, of which 4.5 grams are fiber, 10.5 grams of fat, and 6.4 grams of protein. And hopefully you will love these as much as I do. Okay, so we're gonna start with a bigger bowl than you think you need, and I recommend just throwing the whole thing on a scale because it's a lot easier to measure this vegan mayonnaise on the scale versus trying to put it in a measuring cup and scrape it all out. So I am putting 28 grams or 2 tablespoons of plant-based mayo in here. You could use this commercial one. I like the 𝐬𝐿𝐵𝐿's. You could use Vegenaise, you could make your own, but 2 tablespoons of that. Then we are gonna add 1/8 a cup or 2 tablespoons of regular old white vinegar. From here, we're gonna add a tablespoon of sugar. And I know some of you are like, wait a minute, we're doing mayonnaise and sugar. right off the bat to eat more vegetables, listen, it's a very little bit for the amount of vegetables that you're going to be eating. Trust me on this. 1/8 a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/8 a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/8 a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm gonna do like 8 twists of this fresh cracked black pepper. And just go ahead and get a whisk, and we are going to whisk this all together until there are no lumps. Now, you want to use a very large bowl for this. And again, you'll see this is just like, I don't know, maybe a 1/2 cup of this very runny dressing at the bottom of a bowl. But making it this way, I feel like does such a better job coating the salad versus dumping the salad in a bowl, making the dressing in a separate thing and pouring it on top. Now we're going to use this whole 12-ounce bag of the broccoli slaw and just dump it right in the bowl. You can mix this up however you like, but I really like to use tongs for this one. And even though I'm using a bowl that's probably twice as big as I need for this much salad, some of it still comes out. So that's why you definitely want to make sure that you're using a bowl that errs on the side of being too big to make sure that you get this thoroughly coated and tossed. All 3 of these vegetable dishes I'm about to make, they all taste better if you let them like sit with these flavors for a few hours. But one of the reasons I love the broccoli slaw versus regular cabbage-based coleslaw is it'll hold up in the fridge for like 3 or 4 days before it starts to get a little weird. Whereas the cabbage-based ones, they start to get kind of mushy like after 1 day. So just keep this in the fridge for a couple days. All right, moving on to our little cucumber salad here. So these are the only 4 ingredients we're gonna need for the dressing, and I'm using a smallish bowl here. Again, you're gonna wanna use a bigger bowl than you think you need, but still on the small side. 1/2 a tablespoon of toasted sesame oil. We are gonna use 1 tablespoon of the seasoned rice wine vinegar, 1/2 a teaspoon of soy sauce. I'm using a low sodium one here, and 1/2 a teaspoon of agave or maple or some sort of like liquid sweetener here. You just need a tiny, tiny bit. And then we're just gonna whisk this up and set it aside. Once that is set aside, go ahead and slice up a cucumber nice and thin. And you can peel it if you want to, but what little fiber there is in a cucumber is in the skin, so I like to keep it on. Just make sure you wash it. If you have a mandolin, you could use that. If you have a food processor that has like a slicer on it, you could use that. But since this is basically just a little dish for one, I'm just cutting it up. And the thinner, the better. You could also do it in matchsticks if you wanted to. Now, because the dressing probably has separated in that time, we're just gonna whisk it up one more time. And then again, I like to dump the cucumbers onto the dressing and mix it up after the fact. Alternatively, you could put all of this in a mason jar and just shake the crap out of it. And that's a really nice way to take it for lunch too, because you can sort of remix it without making a giant mess. And then when you're ready to actually serve this, again, this tastes better if you let it sit in the fridge for like an hour or so. When you're ready to serve it, go ahead and sprinkle on another 1/2 a teaspoon of sesame seeds. And it just adds a really nice like umami flavor to it. It's delicious. Moving on to our miso tahini kale salad. So I'm gonna throw the largest bowl I have onto the food scale, and I am going to use this liar of a bottle because it says it's squeezable, but it is definitely not squeezable, to measure out 2 tablespoons. It's supposed to be 28 grams. I ended up getting 30 into the bowl. I even heated this up for a few seconds in the microwave first so it would be easier to pour. Just get your tahini in a regular jar, guys. We're gonna add a tablespoon of miso, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and I do like the Bragg's brand a lot. It's got the mother in the bottom. It's a very good one. We're gonna do the juice of a whole lemon and 2 cloves of garlic. I'm putting it through my garlic press, but you could also mince it up as well if you wanted to. And then you're just gonna whisk the hell out of it until you get all of the lumps from the miso and the tahini out of it. The acid in the lemon and the vinegar helps to break it down, so kind of the longer you whisk it, the smoother it will get. If you have very thick tahini, you know how sometimes it separates if you're down to the bottom and it's very thick, you might wanna add a tablespoon of water to this as well to help it thin out a little bit. Next step, very easy.
Good.
I have a full head of like a curly kale here. It's already been washed, and I'm gonna tear it off of the stem into bite-sized pieces. You could also just chop it up and you can eat the stems if you want. There's nothing wrong with that. They're just really tough. So if you're already not a huge veggie lover, you might want to, that's like expert mode. So go ahead and tear them up. And once I get about half of this head of kale in the bowl, I kind of massage it down with my hand, my clean hand, down into the dressing to shrink the kale and kind of make more room in the bowl for me to get the rest of the kale in there. And once it's all torn up and in there, I'm going to massage the kale down into the bottom of the bowl for about 60 seconds or so. Again, the more that you do this, the softer that kale is gonna get, the less tough it's going to be. Again, the acid in the lemon juice and the vinegar helps to break it down a little bit and make it easier to chew. So do it to your heart's content if you want to. I don't really mind if my kale's a little bit tough, but it's up to you how far you want to take this. And all three of these are incredibly potent flavor-wise, but this one especially, with that raw garlic in there, is just very punchy on its own, and I hope you guys love it. True story. Now I have all of this stuff made up. Now I gotta make sure that I eat it all. I could literally eat this one every single day of my life and not get sick of it. All right, everybody. Well, I hope that you give these a try. If you do, please let me know which one is your favorite. What is your favorite way to get in more vegetables throughout the day? I have other ways, but they usually involve turning on the heat and meaning the oven, and I don't want to because it's already hot enough in here. So what are your favorite summer ways to get in vegetables? I should ask. I'll ask you again in 6 months. If you are looking for any kind of one-on-one coaching, we do have spots available for that. I will leave the coaching assessment down below. If you fill it out, you'll hear back from probably 𝐬𝐻𝐫𝐿 within a business day. We have been helping vegans get in the best shape of their life since 2008. We have helped thousands of vegans and we would love to help you. So go ahead and fill that out. You'll hear back from us. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things I'm supposed to tell you to do at the end of a YouTube video, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.